played the boxing game. And what this speaks to, and this is a boxing show, boxing is fundamentally exploitative. I get this as a fan. It's a guilty pleasure. I get it, right? And what usually it's fans and networks exploiting fighters, right? We say, we want to see you in blood and guts fights, which risks their health for the rest of their life to entertain us. But here's what's crazy to me about a fight like that. And I remember, you know, when I'm a little kid, Sugar Ray Leonard wins the gold medal. And then you blink, he's fighting Benitez for the title. Then he's fighting Durant twice. Then he's fighting Hearns. It didn't take 100 years to make the fight. But what's wild about something like this is a real super fight, and I said this on the broadcast for Crawford and Canelo, can't be promoted into existence. Right. What a real super fight is, the dust settles in an era, and there are two dudes left standing. There's Ali, there's Frazier, there's Leonard, there's Hagler, there's Mayweather, there's Pacquiao. That's a super fight, right? There's Crawford, there's Canelo. Those are two big fighters of the era. This type of fight, this could easily be at the end of an era, because Teo might be a dude left standing and Shakur could be the dude left standing, right?
I agree. Are you training to do something to not just beat Shakur, but to beat him in grand fashion? When I say grand fashion, I mean going for the knockout.
Well, I think that the whole thing is the Bible of boxing really is that if you look for the knockout, you won't get it. You know, I think really it's just all about setting the good pace early in the beginning rounds and then going from there.
We have going for us when a person underestimates you. That's lovely. And that ain't the only thing he's underestimating. So we're good.
Max Kellerman believes this matchup is anything but easy, calling it a dangerous assignment for Shakur Stevenson and a genuine test of his skill and composure.
Most aesthetically pleasing fight. We've seen the way Teo goes against some of these boxers. We've seen Shakur in some bad fights, obviously. Although Shakur looks pretty damn good against Williams Zepeda. Teo's not a pressure guy. He likes to counter punch. Two counter punchers, really.
Yes, it is not like, but there are some fights, guys. I think about Pernell Whitaker and Buddy McGirt, or Sugar Ray Leonard and Wilfred Benitez. I love the high-speed chess match. Not every fight has to be rock'em sock'em robots, right? That is, I agree with you. Aesthetically, there could be problems because someone has to take the lead, and they're both counterpunchers. But Chris, Teo has some angles with his feet that might bother a guy like Shakur.
That's exactly what I was thinking. Like, he has great angles with the feet. He moves greater in the ring. And combination fighter, to me, combinations is the best.
Teofimo Lopez remains confident, insisting the fight will serve as a rude awakening for Shakur when they finally share the ring.
Number one, my mandatory, and he was too hesitant trying to commit to punches. So I think that it's just something that's going to be a rude awakening for Shakur.
Hey, Doug, you hear that? He said the Bible of boxing. What else is called the Bible of boxing? Ring Magazine. And he's a two-division, Ring Magazine champ.
Great ambassador for those championship belts as well.
Yep, absolutely.
I'm very big on those things. You know, I claimed 2 weight divisions, 2 Ring Magazine belts in.
Shakur's trainer, Jack, explained that while the team stayed true to their usual training structure, they made key strategic adjustments to ensure Stevenson prepares smarter for this specific challenge.
Trying a few new little things, you know what I'm saying? But other than that, it's basically the same thing we've been doing. We changed the strategy, but no camp is never exactly the same. So yeah, it's just like always. Like, we may try a little bit of this, a little bit of that, but it's mainly the same things. One of the best things we have going for us when a person underestimates you. That's lovely. And that ain't the only thing he's underestimating. So we're good.
Kellerman added that although Shakur's power is undeniable, Lopez's physical strength, footwork, and ring presence are equally formidable, reflecting his resolve and technical ability.
And the thing I like about Teo's style, I mean, when you have a guy like Shakur whose defense is that good, and he's not just the guy who's going to hug you, he can box, you know? The easiest thing in the world is just to pick him against everybody.
Right. Yes.
But Teo also has the kind of footwork, Malik, where he steps around guys. And I think about Buddy McGirt, Meldrick Taylor.
Yes.
Roy, you know, where Meldrick had quick enough feet where if you were going to come right at Buddy McGirt, he could box you. but Meldrick could give him angles that were more difficult. I think of Roy Jones, James Toney. If you were going to go at James Toney, forget it. His defense is too good. But Roy had the feet to move around James Toney, and maybe Teo has the feet to move around Shakur.
I seriously doubt it, man. Shakur is a whole different type of animal. His ring IQ is up there with the best. He's getting literally, I don't know how many times we've seen 2 pounds.
Shakur has voiced frustration over constant criticism, saying his accomplishments are often downplayed and his opponents dismissed, regardless of the results he delivers.
After and just kept it moving. I do feel like I am in a situation that when I do make fighters look bad and beat them up, the first thing that they going to run to is, oh, this guy wasn't that good, or this guy is not nobody. They're going to take away from my resume, same way they did with Bud. Just like my last fight. They turned the dude that I was fighting and they say he's a cab driver. But I want to say his fight before he fought me, he fought Nakatani. And no disrespect to Teo. Teo had, a majority decision with Nakatani. Lomachenko, it took him 9 to 10 rounds to get him out of there. That dude got him out of there in 6. So he couldn't be as bad as how they made him seem. But I think I'm just in a lose situation when it comes down to it, because anybody that I fight,
This time, Stevenson says he's fully focused on proving his worth and silencing every remaining doubter.
They're going to act like I didn't fight nobody. Even with Edwin. Edwin is a great fighter. But after I beat him, they're going to sit there and say that he wasn't as good as...
Ryan Garcia also weighed in on the highly anticipated clash between Shakur Stevenson and Teofimo Lopez. While leaning toward Shakur as the favorite, Garcia cautioned against underestimating Lopez. He highlighted Stevenson's speed, defense, and technical mastery as major advantages at lightweight, but acknowledged Lopez's power, adaptability, and determination make the fight unpredictable. Garcia stressed that at the elite level, bouts are often decided by timing, small adjustments, and brief moments of opportunity. Even a slight mistake can shift momentum. For Garcia, the matchup is a compelling clash of styles, Stevenson's precision against Lopez's offensive versatility, with the potential for a surprise outcome.
I would put my money on Shakur, but I won't be surprised if Teofimo surprises us all, for sure. I think I'm underestimating Teofimo a little bit, but I don't think he can make the necessary adjustments to his own style to combat what Shakur does best, but he could definitely prove me wrong, for sure.
Oscar Valdez shared his perspective on why Lopez has a legitimate chance to win. Valdez focused on Teofimo's positioning, footwork, and natural counterpunching ability. He explained how Lopez uses his back foot to maintain balance, retreat when necessary, and exploit his reach to land clean counters. This approach allows him to absorb shots without taking excessive damage, a skill developed through his amateur and Olympic background. Valdez noted that while purists may overlook this style, it's a vital component of Lopez's success. Beating a fighter like Stevenson, he said, requires patience, timing, and calculated pressure.
But you gotta hit him first. And Shakur Stevenson, the way he's positioned, the way his back foot's there, and then you see him comfortable and he's, all right, this is my shot. And you throw it, he just rocks back, or he has that back foot, just steps back, and he has a long reach, so he just counter punches you. And that's part of the game. You get hit and not get hit. And Shakur Stevenson does it to the T. He perfected that since he was an amateur and Olympian, silver medalist, and now he's done it as a professional. You know, maybe not the whole world enjoys it, but the boxing, the pure boxing fan will maybe appreciate that.
I know you tried to do it, and Shakur's undefeated at this point, but like, how do you beat a Shakur Stevenson?
You know, I think how you beat a Shakur Stevenson, if I can go back, you do something.
According to Valdez, Lopez must wait for the right moments to strike, forcing Stevenson into uncomfortable positions, much like past underdogs have done against technically superior boxers. He emphasized Lopez's ability to stay composed, manage distance, and counter effectively under pressure. If Lopez applies smart pressure while remaining defensively responsible, Valdez believes he can seriously threaten Stevenson's unbeaten record. For him, this fight represents a tactical chess match where timing and precision could decide the outcome.
And make that damage where he has no option. And we all got tremendous fighters who box very well. You got Sugar Ray Leonard till Roberto Duran came, and he ended up catching him. You got Sweet Pete Pernell Whitaker. He was an amazing defensive fighter until Zurdo Ramirez came in and beat him. Then and other fighters. So everyone, I think time will tell what type of fighter, but I would say a pressured fighter. Maybe someone like Pitbull. We know Pitbull has had some losses with guys who are even less defensive fighters than Shakur Stevenson. Rayo Valenzuela and then Gervonta Davis, and then his controversy.
Zach Moses offered a confident assessment, stating that Shakur Stevenson is likely to control and dominate the fight. He pointed to Shakur's elite technique, speed, and ring IQ as decisive advantages. Moses highlighted Stevenson's ability to dictate distance, read opponents, and punish mistakes, making him a nightmare matchup at lightweight. While acknowledging Lopez's power and grit, he believes Stevenson's composure and tactical discipline will neutralize those threats. Moses referenced past performances against aggressive opponents to illustrate how consistently difficult Stevenson's style has proven to overcome.
In a massive fight against Teofimo, Madison Square Garden next week. How do you see that playing out?
I see him beating the shit out of Teofimo. I see Teo just, I don't want to really say too much, but I see Teo coming to do what he do, and I see Shakur coming to do what he do, and I just see Shakur doing whatever he want, and any type of way he want it, that's how it's gonna be. And next week is a big week, and I can't wait for bro to show everybody, for real.
Should beat the shit out of him. Do you think he's gonna stop Teofimo Lopez? Do you think if he wants to, he can?
I mean, he act crazy, I think he can. That's all I'm gonna say. He act crazy, I think he can.
Last one. Obviously, with that fight in the horizon, you want to be involved in big fights like that, going down, that New York, New Jersey rivalry. Is that something that inspires you when you see Shakur doing this at the highest level?
I mean, for sure.
Antonio Tarver broke down what he sees as the only realistic path to victory for Lopez. Tarver explained that Stevenson thrives when controlling range, angles, and the center of the ring. As long as Shakur maintains that positioning, the fight tilts heavily in his favor. However, if Lopez can force Stevenson onto the back foot or against the ropes, opportunities emerge. Lopez's ability to throw sharp combinations with both hands makes him especially dangerous in close quarters. Tarver also stressed the importance of conditioning and mental readiness.
Keeping that fight sort of in the middle, you gotta favor Shakur, but if he's on the back foot, if he's on the ropes, that's going to give Teofimo a lot of opportunities. And what makes Teofimo, I believe, dangerous in this fight, he throws both hands in succession. He's a combination type puncher, and that always serves well if you got a real slick defensive fighter in there. If Shakur can show us a little bit of that, what he had in his last fight, a lot of that work in the center of the ring, it's going to be an exciting fight. I think you got to favor the guy who's in the best condition, not only physically, but mentally. I think, these guys are going to have to lock in, and they can't let, that intricate, you got to have your personal life in order. You know what I'm saying? Leading up to a fight this big. That's going to be the key.
Both fighters, Tarver noted, must arrive fully prepared and mentally locked in, as distractions at this level can be costly. While most indicators favor Stevenson, Lopez can complicate matters by applying intelligent pressure and forcing exchanges. Making Stevenson cautious of counters could disrupt his rhythm and open windows for momentum shifts. Tarver added that Lopez's stamina and conditioning become even more dangerous in the later rounds. Citing wins over Lomachenko and Josh Taylor, Tarver believes Lopez has repeatedly risen to the occasion when doubted, making this a true battle of skill, strategy, and will.
Both possess?
Yeah, smart money would be on the boxer, Shakur Stevenson, winning the decision. But, if Lopez can make this fight, a lot tougher than expected, and he's going to have to exchange with Shakur. He's a fast fighter. We don't know who's the quickest or fastest here. You have to give the speed edge to Shakur. But if Lopez can punch with this fast guy, make him a little bit cautious and a little bit leery of what's coming back, that serves him well. But Teofimo is one of the best conditioned fighters out there. If this fight goes late, you can expect him to be pushing forward. round 9, 10, and 11 if it goes late.
Yeah, you know, a big question is always like what Teo is going to show up. And like when everyone's counted out Teo, it's actually been the times where he's like upset people, like against Lomachenko, against Josh Taylor. You know, fights
a professor of the sweet science, you may say. And it's not like Teofimo has a William Zepeda-esque style. He's not just going to be front foot, volume punching, eat punches to give punches. That's not how he's going to fight. He is going to try to go boxing IQ for boxing IQ with Shakur, but I assume do it more on an offensive front foot pace than trying to goad Shakur to walk to him. I mean, it might be the best option for Teofimo if he could get Shakur to be front foot and offensive because of maybe the deficiencies Shakur has on the front foot. We haven't really seen him be a dominant front foot control center fighter. But this is why I'm hoping, again, knock on wood, we don't get like a defensive standoff where we're both feinting and no one wants to take the lead foot and both guys want to play counterpuncher. I think that Teo can do both better than Shakur can do both. I think Shakur is probably the better defensive to offensive fighter. I think Teo could probably switch.
Wade Clemens analyzed the matchup by highlighting Stevenson as a defensive master and modern technician. He described Shakur as a fighter who turns defense into offense seamlessly, reading punches, anticipating movement, and converting opponents' aggression into countering opportunities. Clemens emphasized that Stevenson's style isn't built on absorbing damage or overwhelming volume. For Lopez, success may depend on forcing Shakur to lead and engage more on the front foot. If Lopez can disrupt Stevenson's control of the center, it may expose areas where Shakur is less comfortable. Clemens believes Lopez's versatility, switching between pressure, counterpunching, and defense, could be key in adapting to Stevenson's movement and rhythm.
Assume he's talking about, you know, I don't know. There could be a number of things he's talking about. Low blows, rabbit punches, you know, rough clinch work, raking a forearm. I don't really know what he's talking about, but that's hilarious. He's just coming out and saying it. This is when Darren Till was telling Tommy Fury if he started losing the boxing match, he would kick him in the head. This is the same kind of energy, dude. Yeah, hey, listen, I might just do something illegal.
Basically, when you see a fighter like him, it is not illegal to do certain punches and throw certain punches or hit certain areas. It's not, as long as it's not below the belt line. Is that true?
Are you saying you're gonna hit me in the back of the head? Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what are we talking about? You can't. I'm gonna punch him in the back of the head.
Huh?
You can't hit behind the head. I mean,
no, I know. There's rules to it.
Back of the head, you can't hit nobody in the back of the head.
Just saying, like, you know what?